The Lacerta files are an interview between a Swede named Ole K and a reptilian female named Lacerta. Lacerta explained that this interview was part of an experiment for her social studies. In almost total disbelief, Lacerta appeared as a brown-haired woman. They can make humans see them as mimicry images. Their brain structure is very different to ours. Lacerta states that they can kill with these abilities, but it is forbidden. They avoid cameras because they cannot influence cameras and film as they can with human minds. During the interview, Lacerta demonstrated her powers, and to Ole's amazement, pencils and apples began to float. On Earth history, Lacerta told Ole that they are indigenous to this planet and live underground in large caverns artificially heated. She explained that some of the other reptilians are interdimensional, and other advanced reptilians were here to take our resources. Copper, that is because with the right electromagnetic field, it can produce new elements useful for technology that our minds cannot understand. Lacerta spoke of a hominoid species from Procyon who engaged the reptilians in a war on this planet. In Lacerta's account, a fusion bomb was used above what is now the mid-USA, and the effect was so strong it created a 200-year nuclear winter. Humans left. Evidence of this explosion is in the form of iridium, which can be found in the area. All dinosaurs perished except fish, crocs, sharks. A type of Tyrannosaurus survived. It evolved over 30 million years into a thinking being, lived in caves, used fire to warm their blood. Over a further period of time, nature divided them into 27 subspecies. 24 of those species were killed in primitive wars. Not able to change their blood temperatures, the remaining species were united into one species by evolution and by genetic engineering. This, says she, is the origin of the Lacerta race. Lacerta went on to say that later on other aliens arrived, and the interest was not in the copper, but in the primitive hominoid apes, to genetically engineer them into slave-like creatures. They live underground in huge caverns with artificial light, but not in our hollow earth. These caverns are at 2,000 to 8,000 square meters in size, some connected to the surface. In remote areas, they're at the surface too, but locations are secret. Lacerta warned, don't search for entrances. If you see a door with grey metal down a mine shaft, then your presence is known and you are in big trouble. Some of these underground tunnels are occupied by hostile races, according to Lacerta. Incidentally, in the next lecture we will be visiting the case of Cherry Hinkle, where her son did exactly that, came across a grey metal door down a mine shaft. Lacerta tells of further Earth history, interferences by other ETs, and about the Roswell crash and the government weaponizing the technology. Seems she was pretty spot on there. You might ask yourself if all these accounts in these segments are true. In fact, as we go further into this course, you'll find that there are commonalities within all these stories. What we once thought was folklore, we will soon find as shadows or echoes of truth. We have learnt that reptilians can make humans see them as mimicry images, for example, as a lady with brown hair. Reptilians avoid cameras, as they cannot influence film. Their psi powers enable levitation of objects. Some reptilians are indigenous to this planet and live underground in caverns. Other reptilians are here to take our copper, and some species are interested in hominoids or humans for genetic engineering. 27 subspecies of indigenous reptilians existed before 24 being wiped out, and the balance evolved into one species, the origin of Lacerta's race. Warned against interfering with metal doors underground. Hostile races exist too. This was something that Lacerta was keen to point out. I hope you enjoyed this lecture, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.